Hi everyone, it's Megan with Teach Me ABA. And today we're continuing with our series where we are knocking out the task list and helping you guys pass that exam because there aren't enough behavior analysts in the world. So let's do this. So today we are going to discuss task list item F6, which is conducting a descriptive assessment of problem behavior. So a lot of times in your classes, you may have learned that an experimental functional analysis is the gold standard for evaluating the functions of behavior. And I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but descriptive assessments are also very, very helpful. And when you're working in naturalistic settings, it may provide more valid results. And it's a little bit easier to take this behavior data. You don't have to purposely evoke a problem behavior. You can just observe that individual in their natural environment. So unlike an experimental functional analysis where you are purposely presenting specific stimulus conditions to evoke a problem behavior and seeing if it occurs more, when you are delivering a specific reinforcement in a descriptive assessment, you are collecting data on when you see instances of that problematic behavior in naturalistic conditions. So I like to keep my ABC data sheet handy and check off the antecedent that happens before the behavior. I write down a little bit about the topography of a behavior, and then I check what happened immediately afterwards. So, for example, a classic attention-maintained behavior, if you're observing it in a classroom, you might be sitting in the back of a classroom and the child is sitting doing their work like every other kid in class, and perhaps they get bored. That's an inference, right? But these are words we can use layman's terms. It's going to help you connect with your clientele. So maybe they're getting a little bit bored, they haven't had attention in a period of time. I would note, okay, they don't have any attention right now. Perhaps they start to poke the kid next to them with a pencil, right? We've all seen that, even in typical education classrooms, like that happens. So you see that, and then the kid next to them pays attention to them, and they stop doing it, right? Because they accessed that reinforcer, their function was met. So that's a nice descriptive assessment where I can say, okay, well, I was observing in the classroom setting, this is what happened in the antecedent. They weren't getting any attention. They had a prolonged period of work time. They started poking their peer, and then it was followed by attention. Does this behavior occur again in similar settings? Once you see that repetition, you can say, okay, I think that this type of behavior is attention maintained. In a similar instance, maybe the child's working for a prolonged period of time and then they flip their table and they're sent to the principal's office. They don't have to do that work anymore, right? So that descriptive assessment would indicate that it's probably an escape-maintained behavior if this consequence follows it regularly. So descriptive assessments are really great because you can hone out the different naturalistic antecedents that precede problem behavior and then the naturalistic consequences that follow it too. So you're really getting that great snapshot of how the behavior happens in real life, which is much different than an experimental functional analysis where you're contriving these situations and you may be delivering a reinforcer that doesn't typically reinforce that problem behavior. So descriptive assessments are nice because we're not muddling or interfering with any of these variables that maintain problem behavior. I hope you found this video helpful for studying for the exam as it pertains to conducting a descriptive assessment for problem behavior. Keep an eye out. We're going to keep knocking out these videos. Please leave any questions or comments that you have in the comment section, and we will be happy to answer you. Happy studies.